Fishermen have been warned not to remove fish from a northeast river after a lethal fungal infection hit salmon stocks. Dead fish have been seen floating on the River North Esk in Angus. It's thought the recent warm weather has made the salmon more vulnerable to infection. David Shanks has the details.
The River North Esk is one of Scotland's most prolific salmon fishing rivers. But stocks here have been devastated in the last few weeks with the arrival of a deadly fungal infection called saprolegnia.
It's obviously this white fungal disease that is quite infectious to the other fish in the river, and mostly you see the fish infected on the noses and over the kind of top of the head. So it's obviously fish kind of nudging other fish in pools, and it just spreads onto the other fish.
Saprolegnia affects freshwater fish and their eggs, damaging how they process minerals and salts, eventually resulting in death. The Esk Fisheries Trust, who manage the waters near the Ganachie Bridge, have now banned the removal of fish from the water in an effort to contain the infection. The salmon are more susceptible to saprolegnia when they enter areas of fresh water. The scales are looser, the skin is thinner, and in a rocky area like the North Esk here, every scrape or cut puts them at risk from infection. David's Beat, downriver from the Ganachie Bridge, has so far been spared the worst of the infection. But in a previous outbreak, as many as 800 salmon were found dead at a fish ladder nearby.
The further up the river you go, it's more kind of gorges up there. And I mean, the low water conditions, the fish have gone into the deep pools and gorges, and they're basically stuck in the pools and they can't get out. It's the big picture you've got to look at, because I mean, fish, they speak about a 5-year cycle. So I mean, if you've a lot of dead and dying fish this year, you won't actually know the full impact for another 4 or 5 years.
The Trust are now working with Cardiff University in an effort to understand more about the infection and how it can be tackled in the future. David Shanks, STV News.